proud of, the people I work with. So in 1988, when I first started, I said, okay, if children cannot read, I make books for them. I give the books to them. I think they will start reading, because I lived in a book-rich environment. And I thought that the book-rich environment was what will sort of ensure that children read. So there I was, because I was a writer, I said, no agent in New York and no publisher in London. All those books are still packed up in some box somewhere. And I started doing work for children in India. I started writing. Then the government, the slum wing that we have, they looked at some of the books that I was doing. I was doing a magazine called Tamasha at that point of time. So they saw it and they took it into the slums. They showed it to the children and they came back and they said, children seem to like it a lot. So do you think you can do something with us? Well, one thing led to another, and in 1990, I started the school in Govinkuri. It was an I never say the I say I like the hum of hum. Hum means we in Hindi, and I just love the hum. I just love the sound of hum. So I say I love the hum of hum. I never use the I because there is no I. If there isn't a huge team of us, if it's not, dedicated, fun-loving people that we have in Kata, who've been with us for the last 20, 25 years, 23 years, we've had long spells. People come to Kata and they don't normally leave us and go, even in today's day and age. I think the Americans came and spoiled things for us in India. Because you brought in that tradition of saying, that people should move, and till then we were like Japan, People came and stayed in one place and we didn't move anywhere at all. I think it's good. People look for their potential, they grow their potential. We grow the potential of our children. So we had Tamasha magazine. We had started developing teaching learning material, looking at the stories. And when I'd gone into the schools, I found that children were not reading, not because they were not interested in going to school, but because they found that the books were not interesting for them. They found that school was not interesting. This is what a sample survey, we have a national sample survey that we do every few years. And so the 1988 national sample survey, the NSS showed that this is what the children were saying. So we said, okay, I thought if I could make a school which had no textbooks in it, and we depended on whatever the children could see around them as the learning. If we started with their stories, and that could be the lessons that we did, would it be possible for us to have a different school? And it was going to be a school which brought children to grade level reading, and then we would send them to the government schools, and we were not a parallel system to government, thank you very much. We didn't want to be a parallel system, and that's what we thought of doing. By 1995, from 5 children, 5 children, and I couldn't get more children. Okay. I'm going into the slums, I'm going and talking to the women, I'm going and talking to the men, and of course you can't talk to the men very well, but I was trying to talk to them. And we are saying, children have to go to school, we know, but how can they? They're supporting the family. And I found that practically 50-60% of the homes were women-led households. And they were living in slum, squalor, and poverty, immense poverty. If there were older people, they were getting just one meal a day so that the children could get the meals properly. It was really bad at that point of time. 600 to 800 rupees per day, per month, per family is what they were earning. Children had, responsibility for bringing in 100, 200 rupees to the mother, and Asian culture, help your mother, support your mother, which is very good. So there they were not going to school, helping their mother, supporting the mother, bringing money home, looking after the little baby, while she was trying to cook and clean and look after him. So I thought if I can get 800 rupees into the hands of my women, then I had the moral right to tell them, please send your children to school. I didn't have the moral right to do that. So the whole idea started of talking to the women, bringing them in, and many of my friends came in, and we had, workshops. We had workshops in knitting and quilting and macrame, and I had a friend Manjula who said, I can come and teach them baking. So there she is with her little, small little oven that she brings in, and she's teaching them how to bake Black Forest cake and chiffon cake.